Hi, good morning. Happy Saturday. It is Saturday at April 27th. It's currently 9 a.m. and it is Chicago Independent Bookstore Day. Never have been to one of these. I actually just recently restarted my whole loving of reading journey. There's 47 independent bookstores in Chicagoland, out surrounding Chicagoland, that are participating in this Independent Bookstore Day. If you go to 10, you get 10% off these bookstores for the rest of the year. If you go to 15, then 15% off these bookstores for the rest of the year. I particularly am not trying to do that. I'm mostly going to places that I can get to via train because I don't drive in Chicago. And also, I don't really care about the percentage off for the rest of the year because I'm only living in Chicago until July of this year. So I don't really care about that part, you know, to get the whole passport thing. Yeah, I'm doing this, one, to explore Chicago. Two, I found, I believe, 4 Black-owned bookstores on this list. So I'm really excited about that. I think 2 of them are Black and woman owned, so that's really exciting. And then, like I said, I'm just really getting back into my reading journey, and so I have a lot of books right here that I have finished. I got these from a haul that I got from, or some of them are from a haul. Some of those and some of those right there are from a haul that I got from bookoutlet.com. But a lot of these bookstores today, obviously, I have a list of like a lot of books on my TBR, so I want to see what I can find. My budget, I would say, is no more than $200, and I feel like that's still a lot given that like a lot of these books are like secondhand stores. So in that budget, I would say I'm limiting new books to like 3 or 4 completely new books, and then that gives me a lot of range for like secondhand books. So I'm excited, and I'm gonna include merch into there as well because obviously, like, I love bookstore tote bags. I love tote bags in general, and then, so, you know, if the stores have some really good merch, I'll include that as well. But yeah, that's the plan for today. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you guys the 7 bookstores I'm going to. Like I said, it's 9:08 right now, but like I said, I have a eye exam at 10:20, so I've already like kind of saved all the stores that I'm going to in a little list. So of the 7, and of course, like during the day, maybe if I like meet some people and they're like, hey, do you want to like go to this one with us, and maybe I'll do that too, but I don't really know any other people that are doing this. Like, I know there's a lot of people doing it, but I don't know anyone personally. So I think my RPD, she said that she's going to go to 1 or 2 that are near her in South Loop, so I might text her when I get over there and see where she's at. But it's 9:20. I am about to make my grocery list and then go ahead and head out to my eye exam. My eye exam's at Target, so I can go ahead and walk around Target for a little bit and grab like a Starbucks sandwich because I didn't eat breakfast this morning, and then I'll just be early to my exam. So good morning, let's have a good day, and happy Chicago Independent Bookstore Day. Bookstore 1 was Madison Street Books. This was in the West Loop area. This is where I started out because this is the one that's closest to where I live, and also I went and had an eye exam this morning, so I figured I'd start by somewhere nearby. Madison Street was really cute. You could tell a lot of people were starting their day at this bookstore as well, because a lot of people were getting their first stamp on their passports for the day. I thought it was organized very well. Everyone was so friendly. It was a great vibe. I got some lunch at the Poke Bar across the street, and now I'm headed to bookstore number 2. Bookstore number 2 is Exile in Bookville. This was such a cute store. It's actually in a historical arts building, my understanding. It's on the 2nd floor, and you had to take this gorgeous marble staircase up to it. I personally got 2 just Chicago-based books from here. I actually ended up renting into 2 of my friends that work at a nearby hospital, and we decided to walk through this store together as well as go to the next store. Something really cool about this store was they actually had the author Rebecca Mackay. She was there in person signing copies of her recent publication. I believe it's called I Have Some Questions for You. So that was super cool. Bookstore number 3 was Sandmeyer's. I have to say, this is hands down my favorite bookstore. This is only a new bookstore. So the next two bookstores I go to are like secondhand books, but this is so fun. This was so cute. They had really cute merch. Everything was organized so well. They had a lot of really good books, particularly one book that I'm planning on reading with my fiance that literally no one has had in store, so I immediately had to grab it. Bookstore number 4 was Afterwards. They did new and used books. I think the confusing thing for me here was, one, the new and the used books that they were saying were like all mixed in with each other, and then like one of the, I think like the pink dot is new and no pink dot means used. However, we literally found no used books. It was really interesting. This was a huge store though. It was 2 stories, lots of really good varieties. But like I said, I didn't actually see any used books here. Bookstore number 5, we were saving the best for last because Open Books was such a gem find. This store does used and new books. As you see, they have the little $5 used book stand outside, as well as another one as soon as you walk in. Literally before I even walked to the actual front door, I had already found 2 books, y'all. Like, let's just say that. You can tell that this place is literally packed full of books, like literally head to toe. There's a million bookcases, there's a million sections. They have literally everything. It was so great. I love that they completely separated the new and used book, unlike the other place Afterwards. So you have essentially like 4 to 5 tables up front that have all the new books, and they have all the trendy stuff, but also like some really good indie authors. And then literally the rest of the store is used. And you guys, I literally bought an entire series. I literally have I got a total of 10 books from here, and it was $50. Like, I was blown. It was great. Everyone was so nice, so helpful. Yeah, 10 out of 10, and I'll show you guys everything that I got when I get home. Hi friends. I'm actually headed to a birthday party, but they just texted and said they're running late. So we're gonna do my haul right quick while they're still getting ready for the party. Okay, I got a total of, let me take this one out because this is what I'm currently reading. I'm currently reading Who Was Maud Dixon, thriller. She works for a publishing company. She goes to Morocco with her new boss, who's an author, and something happens. They wake up in the hospital. They don't know what happened. So that's what I'm on. I'm also reading an advanced reader copy, Mama Sees Paradise, and I'm listening to Sword of Cayenne. So that's what I'm currently reading. This is everything I picked up. Okay. All right, let me separate this because I did get a series. I told myself I was not going to get a series, and I got a whole series because they were $5 each, and I was like, this is a sign. Okay, those are all together. Yeah, those are all together. These are standalones. Nope, this goes with that one. That goes with that. Standalone, 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 standalone. Okay. All right. First up, Lost Apothecary. So in 18th century London, woman whisper of a hidden apothecary shop and its mysterious owner, Nella, who sells well-disguised poisons to use against the oppressive men in their lives. Nella's dark world is no place for her newest patron, a precious 12-year-old named Eliza Fanning. But their unexpected bond sparks a string of consequences that echoes through the centuries. 200 years later, aspiring historian Caroline Parcell is running from her own demons when she discovers a clue to London's long unsolved apothecary murders. Caroline's upended present soon collides with an explosive history, binding her fate to Nella's and Eliza's in a stunning twist that transcends the barrier of time. I have seen just so much about this book in not just from Book Talk, but from when I first got my Chicago Public Library card. This was one of the most recommended or whatever. And so I got this for $8. All right, so this is a signed first edition of Stacey Abrams' While Justice Sleeps. So Avery Keene, a brilliant young law clerk from the legendary Justice Howard Wynne, is doing her best to hold her strained personal life together. But when the shocking news breaks that Justice Wynne, the cantankerous swinging vote on the court, has slipped into a coma, Avery's life turns upside down. She learns that Wynne has appointed her to serve as his legal guardian and hold his power of attorney, plunging her into an explosive role she never anticipated. Avery finds that Justice Wynne had been secretly researching one of the most controversial cases before the court, a proposed merger between an American biotech company and an Indian genetics firm, which promises to unleash breathtaking results in the medical field. She also discovers that Wynne suspected a dangerous conspiracy was infiltrating the highest power corridors of Washington. As political wrangling intensifies to replace the ailing judge, Avery begins to unravel the carefully constructed, chess-like sequence of clues Wynne left behind her. His labyrinth puzzle threatens to lead Avery directly into harm's way, into a stunning truth. While Justice Sleeps is a cunningly crafted novel, layered with a myriad of twists and a vibrant cast of characters. Drawing on her astute inside knowledge of the court and the political landscape, Stacey Abrams shows herself to not only be a force for good in politics and a voter of fairness, but also a major new talent in suspense fiction. Got this for $5. Children of Chicago. So, a gripping I swear y'all can read. I swear I got 3 degrees. I promise y'all. My brain just be going too fast. A gripping modern day spin on the Pied Piper fairy tale, as well as a gritty love letter to the underworld of Chicago from acclaimed Bram Stoker nominee Cynthia Pelayo. Reminiscent of the Bloody Mary urban legend, the Pied Piper's story can be tracked back to the deaths of children for centuries and across the world. Call to him for help with your problems, but beware when he comes back asking for payment. Chicago detective Lauren Medina's latest call brings her to investigate a brutally murdered teenager in Humboldt Park, a crime eerily similar to the murder of her sister just decades before. Unlike her straight-laced partner, she recognizes the crime and the new graffiti popping up all over the city for what it really means. The Pied Piper has returned. When more children are found dead, Lauren is certain her suspicion is correct. Still reeling from the recent death of her father, she knows she must find out who has summoned him again and why before more people die. Lauren's torn between protecting the city she has sworn her life to keep safe and keeping a promise she made long ago with her sister's murder. She may have to ruin her life by exposing her secrets and lies to stop the Pied Piper before he collects. This one was one of the expensive ones. This one's $17, but it is also signed. Like legit signed, because like look, it's bleeding through. So I thought that was really cool. Another kind of Chicago-based one, Devil in the White City. This is about bringing Chicago circa 1839 to 1893 to a vivid life. Eric Lawson's spellbinding bestseller intertwines the true tale of two men, the brilliant architect behind the legendary 1893 World's Fair, striving to secure America's place in the world, and the cunning serial killer who used the fair to lure his victims to their death. Combining meticulous research with nail-biting storytelling, Eric Larson has crafted a narrative with all the wonder of newly discovered history and thrills of the best fiction. So yeah, I got this one. This was also full price, so this was $19. This was a freebie that they threw in. It's actually, I was looking on the back, it's actually an ARC. So this is, let's see. This one's about a killer targeting streetwalkers and terrorizing cabbies. So this is an advanced reader copy, so that's really cool. Free. Chain Gang All-Stars. This is actually a book that me and Adam are going to be reading together when we finish Sword of Kaigen. So this is one of our like couple book club books. This is one that he chose. I got this one for $18. This says Loretta Thorwar and Hamra, aka Hurricane Stacker, are the stars of Chain Gang All-Stars, the cornerstone of CAPE, or criminal action panel entertainment, a highly popular, highly controversial, profit-raising program in America's increasingly dominant private prison industry, is to return to the gladiators, and prisoners are competing for the ultimate prize, their freedom. In Cape, prisoners travel as links and chain gangs, competing in death matches for packed arenas with righteous protesters at the gates. Thorwar and Stax, both teammates and lovers, are the fan favorites, and if all goes well, Thorwar will be freed in just a few weeks. In fact, she carries as heavily as her lethal hammer. As she prepares for her final match, she makes the ultimate act of defiance against these so-called games, a protest with devastating consequences that land like a lightning bolt of truth and offer a clear-eyed reckoning with freedom in this country really means. $18. This is a pickup that I got from Open Books. So a lot of these, like the ones that are like under $8, I got all of those from Open Books, which was the bookstore in West Loop that I went to that had a lot of like pre-owned and also owned books. This is a big one. This one just kind of caught my eye, knew nothing about it, but I read the insert and I really, really liked it. This one was $5. It's called The Pillars of the Earth. Kind of like not my typical read, but I really, really like thought it was interesting. So The Pillars of the Earth tells the story of Philip, prior of Kingsbridge, a devout and resourceful monk driven to build the greatest Gothic cathedral the world has known, of Tom, the mason who becomes his architect, a man divided in his soul, of the beautiful, elusive Lady Aliana, haunted by a secret shame, and of a struggle between good and evil that would turn church against state and brother against brother. The spellbinding epic tale of ambition, anarchy, and absolute power set against the sprawling medieval canvas of 12th century England. This is Ken Follett's historical masterpiece. And then like just some of the like other stuff that people were saying about the book was like, this is a towering tale, a ripping read. There's murder, arson, treachery, torture, love, and lust. So I just thought this would be a really good thing to like switch up on. So this was $5. It's a big boy too. It has 900 pages. So yeah. Okay, I gotta move stacks now. This one, Blood Debts. I'm so excited about this one. This one sounds so interesting. Like I was already drawn to the cover and then I started reading it. I was like, oh snap, this is gonna be good. Okay, so, oh, they give me a little, oh, sorry. Okay, so this one says, 30 years ago, a young woman was murdered, a family was lynched, and New Orleans saw the greatest magical massacre in its history. In the days that followed, a throne was stolen from a queen. On the anniversary of these brutal events, Clement and Kristen Trudeau, the 16-year-old twin heirs to the powerful, magical, dethroned family, discovered their mother is cursed by someone on the very magic council their family used to rule, someone who will come for them next. Chris swore off magic for good after a spell she cast turned fatal, and Clem treats magic like a distraction from his anger and pain, even better than most random guys he hooks up with. Chris and Clem used to be each other's most trusted confidant and friend. Now they barely speak. But if they have any hope of discovering who is coming after their family, they'll have to find a way to trust each other and their family's magic, all while solving the decades-old murder that sparked the still rising tensions between the city's magical and non-magical communities. And if they don't succeed, New Orleans may see another massacre, or worse. This is my type of book! Ugh. I'm so excited. Not only just like a black author, but we got some magic in here. And we in the South. This is a book for me, baby. It's a book for me. Okay, The Housemaid. Everyone's been talking about this. My plan was to like stay away from super popular books for this book haul, but of course, this is something I have actually been really, really wanting to read for a long time anyway, and I figured I might as well go ahead and grab it. This was $12.99, but I'm pretty sure you guys already know about The Housemaid. Every day I clean the Winchester's beautiful house top to bottom. I pick up their daughter from school. I cook a delicious meal for the whole family before heading up to eat alone in my tiny room on the top floor. I try to ignore how Nina makes a mess just to watch me clean it up, how she tells strange lies about her own daughter, and now her husband Andrew seems more broken every day. As I look into Andrew's handsome brown eyes, so full of pain, it's hard not to imagine what it would be like to live Nina's life. The walk-in closet, the fancy car, the perfect husband. I try on Nana's pristine white dress once, just to see what it's like. But soon she finds out, and by the time I realize my attic bedroom door only locks from the outside, it's far too late. But I reassure myself, the Winchesters don't know who I really am. They don't know what I'm capable of. And I'm more than certain there is a second book to this, I want to say. But everyone just says like that this is a really, really good book. She's a really good writer anyway. So that was another reason why I really wanted to pick this up. Yeah, she wrote The Inmate. She wrote a lot of these other books that I want to read. So I figured this would be nice. This one I got for $5 as well. It is in the Crazy Rich Asians series. I didn't know this. I think they're technically all standalones, my understanding. Let me see. I can't remember. I thought they were all standalones. I'm not sure, but I have seen the movie to the first one, to Crazy Rich Asians, so I think I can pick it up from there, right? So this one is China Rich Girlfriend. It's the eve of Rachel Chu's wedding, and she should be over the moon. She has a flawless oval-cut diamond, a wedding dress she loves, and a fiance willing to thwart his meddling relatives and give up on the biggest fortunes in Asia in order to marry her. Still, Rachel mourns the fact that her birth father, a man she never knew, won't be there to walk her down the aisle. Then a chance accident reveals his identity. Suddenly, Rachel is drawn into a dizzying world of Shanghai splendor, a world where people attend church in a penthouse, where exotic cars race down the boulevard, and where people aren't just crazy rich, they're China rich. Love this. I just feel like a lot of these are going to be really, really good palette cleansers between like a lot of the series I'm trying to read. So yeah. All right, last up. These 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, right? 5, yeah. These 5, this is a series I've been wanting to get into. It's like, it's a mix of my understanding, like detective work, thriller, all of that good stuff. Let me see if they're in order in the first place. I don't think I'm in order. Let's see. I don't remember if I'm in order. Yeah, there we go. So, Calling, Silkworm, Career Evil, Lethal. Okay, there we go. So, yeah. These are like thriller, investigative kind of stuff. And my understanding is like each book is technically different. That's my understanding. This is like what I knew before I came into this series, like before I found them. Like this was something that my my RPD was telling me that she's been reading these and she really likes them, and so she was like, I think you'd like these too. So like this, I only knew a little bit going into this, but the first one is called The Cuckoo's Calling. So when a troubled supermodel falls to her death from the balcony of her London home, it is assumed that she has committed suicide. However, her brother has its doubts and calls in a private detective, Corman Strike, to investigate. Strike is a war veteran, wounded both physically and psychologically, and his private life is in disarray. The case gives him a financial lifeline, but it comes at a personal cost. The more he delves into the young model's world, the darker things get, and the closer he comes to terrible danger. So, yeah. And I think like Corman Strike is like the consistent part through all these books, but I think each case is different, my understanding. So like the second one is called The Silkworm. So when novelist Owen Quinn goes missing, his wife calls in private detective Corman Strike. Miss Quinn thinks her husband has gone off by himself for a few days, and he has done before, and she wants Strike to bring him home. But as Strike investigates, it becomes clear that there's more to Quinn's disappearance than his wife realizes. The novelist has just completed a manuscript featuring poisonous pen portraits of almost everyone he knows. If the novel were to be published, it would ruin lives, meaning that there are a lot of people who might have actually wanted him silenced. When Quinn is found brutally murdered, it becomes a race against time to understand the motivation of a killer unlike any Strike has encountered before. Number 3, this one is Career of Evil. So when a mysterious package is delivered to Robin Ellicott, she is horrified to discover that it contains a woman's severed leg. What? Oh my god. Her boss, private detective Corman Strike, is less surprised but no less alarmed. There are 4 people from his past who he thinks could be responsible. Strike knows that any one of them is capable of sustained and unspeakable brutality. With the police focusing on one suspect Strike is increasingly sure is not the perpetrator, he and Robin take matters into their own hands, but as more horrendous acts occur, time is running out. Career of Evil is a fiendishly clever mystery with unexpected twists around every corner. It is also the gripping story of a man and a woman at the crossroads in their personal and professional lives. Severed leg is wild. Number 4, Lethal White. Lethal White? I think is what it says. Okay. This is number 4, yeah. When Billy, a troubled young man, comes to Private Eye Corman Strike's office to seek help investigating a crime he thinks he witnessed as a child, Strike is left deeply unsettled. While Billy is obviously mentally distressed and cannot remember many concrete details, there is something sincere about him and his story. But before Strike can question him further, Billy bolts in a panic. Trying to get the bottom of Billy's story, Strike and Robin Ellicott, once his assistant, now partner in the agency, set off on a twisting trail that leads them through the back streets of London into a secretive inner sanctum within Parliament, and to a beautiful but sinister manor house deep in the countryside. During this labyrinth investigation, Strike's own life is far from straightforward. His newfound fame as a private eye means he can no longer operate behind the scenes as he once did. Plus, his relationship with his former assistant is more fraught than ever. Robin is now invaluable to Strike in this business, but their personal relationship is much, much trickier than that. The most epic Robert Galbraith novel yet, Lethal White, is both a gripping mystery and a page-turning new installment in the ongoing story of Corman Strike and Robin Ellicott. You know, it'd be so cool if maybe like Robin got her own series. Like I said, I'm new to the series, don't really know much, so that'd be cool. And then number 5, Troubled Blood. This is actually what got me, this is how I was originally introduced to the series, actually. So like, yes, I said my RPD told me about it, but I also had saved this particular book into my TBR, like maybe I want to say like 7 months ago. Like this is a long time ago, like way before I started back reading, because someone was like, if you like thrillers, investigation, blah blah blah, you'd like this. And I saved this, and then I was like, bro, this is number 5. And so I was like, oh, I'm never going to get back into reading anyway, so blah blah blah. 6 months later, baby. So this one is Troubled Blood. Okay, private detective Corman Strike is visiting his family in Cornwall when he's approached by a woman asking for help finding her mother, Margot Bomborough, who went missing under mysterious circumstances in 1974. Strike has never tackled a cold case before, let alone one 40 years old. But despite the slim chance of success, he is intrigued and takes it on, adding to the long list of cases that he and his partner put in the agency. Adding to the long list of cases that he and his partner in the agency, Robin Ellicott, are currently working on. Plus, the pair are still battling their feelings for one another, while Robin is also juggling a messy divorce and unwanted male attention. Oh my god, some romance in these. See, I was wondering when they were talking about their personal relationship is like getting so in this. I thought they were talking about like maybe they're like fighting or like they're trying to like have like a mentor-mentee relationship, whatever, but nah. This might have some spice in it. As Strike and Robin investigate Margot's disappearance, they come up against a fiendishly complex case with leads that include tarot cards, a psychopathic serial killer, and witnesses who cannot all be trusted. And they learn that even cases 40 years old can prove to be deadly. A breathtaking labyrinth epic, Troubled Blood is the most gripping and satisfying Strike and Robin novel yet. Okay. These are chunkers. Okay, those are all the books, babes. Those are all of them. I hope you guys enjoyed my Chicago Independent Bookstore Day haul. I think my total is like maybe right at or right under 130. So I'm very proud of myself because, like I said earlier, I did have a budget. Unfortunately, I did not make it to all 7 stores. I made it to 5, so I'm proud of myself for that. The only reason I didn't go to 2 more was because after getting 10 books at one store, I was like, I gotta call it quits. Because I already still have 1, 2, 3, 4. I still have 4 books here that I haven't read. I got 42 free Kindle books. Of course, those are just going to be palette cleansers. And then, of course, I just ordered the Fourth Wing series. Finally, I'm a paperback girly, if you can't tell. So, like, I had to order those, like, the UK version. But I do have some friends that are currently reading ACOTAR, and then we're supposed to be reading, like, Fourth Wing together and Crescent City together and Throne and Glass together. So, obviously, this should hopefully last me till, like, either the end of year or like maybe like October, November. I'm not really sure. I in residency early July, so like it's possible that I literally could read one of these a day. Who knows? But yeah, I stuck within my budget. I'm very proud of myself, and I got really good things. I feel like I got like things that I genuinely want to read versus things that I know like have been like kind of like overhyped. So I'm really excited. I really hope you guys enjoyed this, and maybe I'll see you guys for Chicago Independent Book Festival at Chicago Independent Bookstore Day next year. I will no longer be living in Chicago, but maybe I can make this like a fun like weekend trip with some of my bookish friends. So love you. Have a good day.